What if everything you've been told about your limits is a lie? What if the only thing standing between you and the life you dream about isn't money, connections, or luck, but the story you keep telling yourself? Right now, there are young entrepreneurs just like you who started with nothing, no resources, no roadmap, and yet they built something extraordinary. Not because they were special, but because they made a decision to stop waiting, a decision to take control. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Because the truth is, potential means nothing if it stays locked inside you. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how smart you are, or how big your dreams are. If you don't act, nothing changes. In this video, you're going to discover what it truly takes to unlock your potential as a young entrepreneur. These are not theories. These are principles that separate those who dream from those who build. Stay with me until the end, because one of these lessons could completely change how you see yourself and your future. Lesson 1. Clarity is power. The most profound tragedy in the modern entrepreneurial landscape is not a lack of capital or a deficit of talent, but a chronic absence of destination. We live in an era of hyper-productivity where everyone is running, yet few know exactly where they are going. Clarity is the ultimate signal in a world filled with deafening noise. It is the lens that focuses scattered light into a laser beam capable of cutting through the toughest obstacles. Without a precise definition of success, you are essentially a ship with a powerful engine but no rudder, burning fuel and churning water while remaining functionally lost at sea. To achieve greatness, you must move beyond vague desires like being successful or making money and descend into the granular details of your objective. If your vision is blurry, your execution will be hesitant, and in the high-stakes arena of business, hesitation is a slow-acting poison that kills momentum before it can ever truly begin. When we speak of clarity, we are not merely discussing a business plan or a quarterly goal. We are discussing the fundamental architecture of your future life. You must ask yourself the uncomfortable questions that most people avoid. What does a perfect Tuesday look like 5 years from now? What specific problem in the world makes your blood boil enough to spend a decade solving it? What is the non-negotiable price you are willing to pay for your freedom? When you possess this level of crystalline detail, your brain begins to filter the environment for opportunities that align with that specific frequency. This is often mistaken for luck, but it is actually the cognitive phenomenon of selective attention. By defining your target with absolute precision, you empower your subconscious to ignore the infinite distractions that lead others into mediocrity and focus solely on the path to the summit. Furthermore, clarity serves as the ultimate decision-making framework. In the early stages of entrepreneurship, you will be bombarded with shiny objects, partnerships that look good on paper but drain your energy, or revenue streams that provide quick cash but distract from your long-term mission. If you lack a clear vision, you will say yes to these distractions because you have no internal metric to say no. However, when clarity is your foundation, every choice becomes a simple binary. Does this move me closer to the vision, or does it pull me away? This eliminates the decision fatigue that plagues most leaders. You no longer have to agonize over every fork in the road because your destination is already etched into your mind. Clarity provides the courage to turn down the good so that you can remain available for the great. Finally, clarity is the primary fuel for sustained action and resilience. Motivation is a fickle emotion that ebbs and flows with your mood, but clarity is a steady state of being. When the inevitable storms of business arrive, when a product launch fails, a key employee quits, or the market shifts, those who lack direction will fold under the pressure because they have no why to anchor them. But the entrepreneur who possesses clarity sees the storm as a temporary weather pattern on a much larger map. They can endure the how because they are obsessed with the what and the why. This mental fortitude is what separates the fleeting successes from the legendary icons. Clarity doesn't just make the journey easier, it makes the arrival inevitable because it transforms a wish into a focused, unyielding command to the universe. Lesson 2. Your mindset is your foundation. The internal landscape of an entrepreneur is the primary architect of their external reality. You can possess the most sophisticated strategies, the most innovative technology, and a mountain of venture capital, but if your mindset is brittle, your empire will eventually crumble. Your business is essentially a physical manifestation of your psychological state. It will grow exactly to the height of your self-belief and not a single inch further. Many people attempt to build $1 million business while maintaining $1,000 mindset, trapped in patterns of scarcity, victimhood, and fear. To break through to the next level of performance, you must first undergo a radical internal reconstruction. You must recognize that your thoughts are not merely passive reflections of reality, they are the blueprints from which you build your world. The shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is the most critical pivot any human can make. A fixed mindset views intelligence, talent, and opportunity as finite resources, things you either have or you don't. This leads to a paralyzing fear of failure because every mistake is seen as a permanent indictment of your character. Conversely, a growth mindset views every challenge as a laboratory for expansion. In this state, "What if I fail?" is replaced by a much more potent inquiry: "What will I become by solving this?" When you adopt this perspective, you stop seeking the comfort of what you already know and start chasing the discomfort of what you have yet to learn. This mental agility allows you to navigate the volatility of the marketplace with a sense of curiosity rather than a sense of dread, turning potential disasters into proprietary advantages. Building this foundation requires a rigorous, almost militant control over your internal dialogue. Most people are their own worst critics, narrating their lives with a constant stream of doubt and self-sabotage. You must learn to observe these thoughts without identifying with them. When the voice of fear whispers that you aren't ready, or that the competition is too strong, you must consciously intervene and provide a counter-narrative based on your vision and your past wins. Confidence is not a prerequisite for action, it is a byproduct of it. You don't wait to feel confident to start, you start, and through the process of doing, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This creates a positive feedback loop where each small victory reinforces a new, more powerful self-image, eventually hardening into a foundation of unshakable self-assurance. Ultimately, your mindset determines your capacity for scale. As your business grows, the problems don't get smaller, they get much larger and more complex. If your foundation is weak, you will subconsciously cap your own growth to stay within your comfort zone, sabotaging deals or avoiding necessary risks because you secretly fear you can't handle the next level of responsibility. High-level entrepreneurship is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. To lead others, you must first master yourself. To change your bank account, you must first change your philosophy. By investing in your mental resilience, your emotional intelligence, and your belief systems, you are doing the hardest and most important work of building a legacy. A strong mindset doesn't just survive the pressure of entrepreneurship, it thrives on it, using the weight of the world to forge a diamond-hard resolve. Lesson 3. Take massive action. In the world of high-performance entrepreneurship, an ounce of execution is worth a ton of theory. There is a seductive trap known as intellectual procrastination, where people spend months or years refining plans, reading books, and attending seminars, all while doing absolutely nothing of substance. This is a sophisticated form of hiding. The reality is that the market does not reward you for what you know, it rewards you for what you do. Massive action is the bridge between the world of dreams and the world of results. It is the willingness to be messy, to be imperfect, and to be prolific. While others are busy debating the best way to start, the elite entrepreneur has already started, failed, adjusted, and started again. Speed of implementation is the single most accurate predictor of success in any competitive environment. Taking massive action means operating with a sense of urgency that borders on obsession. It is the understanding that time is your only non-renewable resource and that later is the graveyard where great ideas go to die. You do not need a perfect plan to begin. In fact, a perfect plan is often a hindrance because it makes you rigid in the face of feedback. You need a minimum viable direction and the courage to iterate in public. When you move fast, you shorten the feedback loop between an idea and its reality. You learn more from 1 week of aggressive selling than from a year of market research. This rapid-fire learning is how you find product-market fit and how you identify the true pain points of your customers. Momentum is a spiritual force. Once you get moving, it becomes significantly easier to keep moving, and the friction of the world seems to melt away. Furthermore, massive action has a psychological effect on your competition and your team. When you move with overwhelming force and speed, you change the energy of the room. Competitors become reactive rather than proactive, struggling to keep up with your pace. Your team becomes energized by the visible progress and the bias for action that permeates the culture. This is not about mindless hustle or burnout. It is about intentional, high-leverage movement. It is about identifying the 20% of activities that drive 80% of the results and attacking them with everything you have. It is better to make a wrong decision quickly and correct it than to make no decision at all. Stagnation is the only true failure. As long as you are moving, you are winning, because movement creates the data required for mastery. Finally, you must realize that the perfect time is a myth created by the fearful to justify their inaction. Conditions will never be ideal. There will always be a recession, a competitor, a family crisis, or a personal doubt. Massive action is the act of proceeding anyway. It is the realization that you cannot think your way into a new way of living. You must act your way into it. Every time you take a bold step despite your fear, you shrink the power that fear holds over you. Over time, this becomes your default mode of operation. You become a person who makes things happen rather than someone who wonders what happened. In the final analysis, the world belongs to the doers, the builders, and the executors. Massive action is the price of admission to the life you've always imagined. Lesson 4. Embrace failure as feedback. To the uninitiated, failure is a dead end, a sign to stop, turn around, and settle for a smaller life. But to the seasoned entrepreneur, failure is the most valuable data set in existence. It is the universe's way of providing a high-speed education that no university could ever replicate. If you are not failing, you are likely playing too small. You are staying within the safe confines of your existing competence rather than pushing the boundaries of what is possible. The goal is not to avoid failure, but to fail intelligently, fail forward, and fail fast. Every no you receive is simply a redirection toward a more effective yes. When you reframe failure as feedback, you strip it of its emotional sting and transform it into a powerful tool for optimization. The difference between a catastrophic defeat and a temporary setback is entirely a matter of perspective. When a project collapses or a venture goes bust, the mediocre mind asks, "Why did this happen to me?" This is the language of the victim. The elite mind asks, "What does this allow me to do now that I couldn't do before? And what specific lesson is this experience trying to teach me?" Perhaps your messaging was off, your pricing was unsustainable, or your team lacked a critical skill. Failure shines a spotlight on the cracks in your foundation so that you can repair them before you build any higher. Without these moments of friction, you would continue to operate with hidden flaws that would eventually cause a much more expensive collapse down the road. In this sense, failure is a protective mechanism that ensures you are actually ready for the success you claim to want. Resilience is the ability to maintain your enthusiasm in the face of repeated disappointment. It is the entrepreneurial grit that allows you to stand back up when the world knocks you down. This grit is developed in the trenches of failure. Each time you endure a setback and refuse to quit, you are building emotional muscle. You are proving to yourself that you are anti-fragile, a concept where you don't just survive stress, but you actually grow stronger because of it. Think of failure like weight training for your character. The resistance is what creates the growth. Successful people have often failed more times than the average person has even tried. They haven't avoided the scars of battle. They wear them as badges of honor and sources of hard-won wisdom. Moreover, an environment that embraces failure is an environment that fosters innovation. If your team is terrified of making a mistake, they will never take the creative risks necessary to disrupt an industry. They will play it safe, stick to the status quo, and eventually be overtaken by a more courageous competitor. You must lead by example, openly discussing your own failures and the lessons derived from them. This creates a culture of psychological safety where the focus shifts from who to blame to how to improve. When you lose the fear of failure, you gain the freedom to experiment. You become a scientist in the laboratory of business, where every failed experiment brings you one step closer to the breakthrough that changes everything. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it is the very engine that drives it. Lesson 5. Surround yourself with the right people. The concept of the self-made man or woman is one of the most pervasive myths in our culture. No one reaches the heights of greatness in a vacuum. We are deeply social creatures, and our environment acts as an invisible hand that shapes our thoughts, our standards, and our trajectory. You are quite literally the average of the people you spend the most time with. If your inner circle is composed of people who are cynical, complacent, or fearful, their energy will inevitably contaminate your own. Conversely, if you surround yourself with individuals who are more ambitious, more disciplined, and more successful than you, their normal becomes your baseline. Choosing your tribe is the most important strategic decision you will ever make for your personal and professional evolution. Proximity is power. When you are in the room with giants, you begin to see the world through their eyes. You realize that the goals you thought were huge are actually quite small in the grander scheme of things. High-level peers challenge your assumptions and hold you to a higher standard of accountability. They don't let you get away with making excuses because they've moved past those same excuses themselves. This positive peer pressure is a shortcut to growth that no amount of self-study can replace. It's the difference between running a race alone and running against an Olympic sprinter. You will naturally find a gear you didn't know you had just to keep up. You must be willing to audit your social circle and make the difficult choice to distance yourself from energy vampires who drain your focus and replace them with expanders who show you what is possible. In addition to peers, seeking out mentors is a critical component of building the right environment. A mentor is someone who has already traveled the path you are currently on and can see the potholes you are about to hit. They provide a compressed experience that can save you years of wasted effort and millions of dollars in avoidable mistakes. A single conversation with the right mentor can provide a breakthrough that would have taken you a decade to discover on your own. However, mentorship is a two-way street. You must bring value to the relationship, even if that value is simply being an A+ student who executes their advice with ruthless efficiency. The right mentor doesn't just give you answers, they give you better questions and the perspective needed to navigate the complexities of scale. Finally, building a network is about more than just what you can get. It's about the ecosystem of excellence you contribute to. True power players are looking for others who are on the same frequency of contribution and growth. As you elevate your circle, you must also elevate yourself to remain a valuable member of that circle. This creates a rising tide that lifts all boats. Your network is your net worth, not just in a financial sense, but in terms of access to information, opportunities, and emotional support during the dark nights of the soul. The right people will remind you of who you are when you forget, and they will push you toward your potential even when you are tired. In the end, your success will be a collaborative masterpiece painted with the influence and inspiration of the people you chose to have by your side. Unlocking your true potential isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about creating it. It's about deciding that who you are today is not your final form. Every great entrepreneur started where you are right now with uncertainty, fear, and questions, but they chose to move forward anyway. The truth is, your potential is already inside you. It's in your ideas, your ambition, your willingness to try again when things don't go your way. But potential only becomes power when you act on it consistently, day after day, step by step. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Start messy, start scared, start small, but start, because every action you take builds momentum, and that momentum builds the life you want. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to move closer to your vision? Then go do it. No excuses, no delays. Your future is not something you wait for, it's something you build. And the moment you decide to take control, everything changes.